Hello there everyone, welcome to another Skywalker Saga Q&A. Wasn't supposed to do one of these this week, but there ended up being stuff to talk about, so we are doing one after all, that means. There is also something which I've included in the title and I'll expand upon in a minute that I didn't cover in the video, mainly because it kind of happened after the video I already made and it's not important enough for its own video considering we kind of already knew about it a few months ago. So we are going to get into things now. Let me know how everything is. First of all, can you hear me? Because that's always the issue at the start, isn't it? I checked the mic, but how many times before have you not been able to hear me even when I've checked the mic? I also did some mini kits off stream, so we might actually complete this game today, believe it or not. Hello there Stormzy, hello there Tyler, Darth Jada, Youngling, Waldo, Austin, Sam, Derek, how you doing? Is the game coming to Samsung's smart fridge? I don't think so. I don't even know what that is, to be honest. I've never heard of it in my life. Is my mic not muted? That's good. That's a promising start, isn't it? So obviously this week, if you've watched the latest video, the size of the game leaked for Xbox, or that size could change obviously, but very different to the size for PC that we got 1 year ago. Then it was removed, so I think that just goes to show straight away how, it was not that I underestimate this anyway, but the commitment of the community and how people are looking at every detail, every minute of the day, always checking. Which is helpful, because when people are doing that, obviously it allows us to kind of get little things like that. Hello there Gibson, good to see you. So yeah, the Luke thing, because let me give you some context on the Luke thing first of all. Obviously, for those of you that don't know what I'm talking about, there's a Luke Skywalker with Blue Milk minifigure. You get it for pre-ordering the game. And back in March, actually, so this was just before the spring showcase that we all thought there was going to be something for Skywalker Saga. There was like leaked pictures going around of people who got their hands on the minifigure. But now people are full on selling them for quite high amounts, but I suppose at this rate it's the cheapest way to get it because the game's not out yet. I mean, I wouldn't recommend anyone actually goes and buys one, but yeah, I will mention that in my next video, but unfortunately it's not big enough to just make a video about, so I'll mention it alongside whatever else happens next with this game. But that is like the two main things I kind of wanted to go over this week. I don't believe any devs have left. Yeah, anymore with social media, that is. Because I'm sure as soon as they do, everyone's going to be on it. So how big is the difference from PC then? On PC, it was in my latest video, so I definitely recommend watching that first. But a year ago on PC, what was it? It was like 20, it was 20 something. 20 something, I can get the exact figures up now on my own video. I remember the ones from the Xbox. It's the ones from PC I'm not quite remembering because they were that long ago. We'll find a mini kit or we'll find a gold brick, should I say, while I look around. Hello there, Connor. How you doing? So the guy who's selling it from Israel sells it at 25. What's that? £25? $25? I mean, the difference is minimal anyway in terms of something like this, but yeah. So the size on PC a year ago was 29.6 gig. And the size this year this is for console, bearing in mind these could both change, is 52.16. Oh, that's for Xbox Next Gen. So showing us the utter size of this game. Now it could be completely wrong. That's one of the reasons they could have taken it down so quickly. It could have been completely wrong. I'm curious to know if they saw it was posted online and then they took it down, or if someone just got really lucky, saw this on the exact day it was kind of uploaded by accident, because that size could have been there for a while and we might just not have known about it. So I'm actually curious about that, because imagine if it got taken down because they saw people were talking about it. I suppose that would confirm that people working on the game are aware of what the community are looking at and all that good stuff. Happy birthday, Austin. Good to see you. Hope you're having a great day. Do you think that the game will come out that you can get the deluxe edition in person? Hi. Yeah, you'll be able to get the deluxe edition. You'll be able to buy it physically. You'll be able to buy it digitally. All those different ways. I know digital pre-orders are not up yet. No one ever fails to remind me about that. Digital pre-orders are not a thing yet, but they will be. They will eventually get put up there, so I wouldn't worry about it. Can we go this way? No, I'm trying to get to the place I was last time. I'm just trying to recall where it was, but I feel like I'm going in one big circle. Pretty sure it's this way, right? Does it tell me how many I need to do? We've still got so many to do on these hub worlds. It's just finding them at this point. I won't be here for Halloween now, but at this rate, I don't even stream that much anyway because of how bland things are right now, so I wouldn't worry about that anyway. I didn't mean to get out of that, get back in. And then we've got another mission to do beside it. Oh, the digital pre-orders are not up yet. Hopefully soon. I would guess as soon as they give you a release date, the digital pre-orders will be up. That's the way it will go. And I wouldn't expect it until that time, to be honest. It'll be exactly when we get that release date. So if we've got the release date back at the event in August, then we would have got digital pre-orders going up. I mean, I don't really see the point as to why you can do physical ones and not digital ones. Someone might have to confirm that to me, but it doesn't matter anyway, because you'll be able to pre-order it either way. Hello JC, good to see you. Do you think spring 2022 is the final release date? Yeah, because even if they encountered like some really bad issues and they started thinking we can't meet this, I feel like they just do everything in their power to put it out anyway at this point. I know that's not a good look, and they maybe wouldn't do that, but I really don't think they can then delay it again, because I would say it's becoming a meme, but it's already kind of become a meme, so there's no need for them to be pulling off stunts like that. I already had that one. Not good. I did that. Look at this. I downloaded them all. Look at that. Oh wait, I'm not showing you. There you go. I downloaded them all. We're back and better this time with them all on. I think the digital isn't up because the Microsoft Steam and PlayStation have a lot of behind the scenes requirements for it to be put up. That can be it as well. It probably is something very generic like that, but it will be up either way. I see a lot of people getting worried about it every time. And when I mentioned about the storage in my latest video, actually, I mentioned the pre-order. The pre-order's already... No, we were talking about that. In fact, I should probably cover this as well. But the event, or the proposed new gaming event for for Star Wars games on December 14th, what could that be? And I said in that it won't be Lego Star Wars because there's already pre-orders up for that game. People were getting scared because the digital edition isn't up yet. We are gonna... I know what we need to do, actually. We need to do this one, don't we? Is there any new sets for Skywalker Saga? There won't be any new sets for Skywalker Saga at this point now. The original ones that they brought out, when was it now? 2020. All those sets. most of them are going to, I covered this a few weeks ago, but most of them are going to be retired by the time the game comes out, and that's with all the delays of the game. So I wouldn't expect any more like stickers or anything on Skywalker Saga, on Lego sets now. I really wouldn't. I'd be so surprised. Not only that, because if they're focusing on like new sets, for example, once again, all these delays wouldn't have been adding new content into the game. It would have been finalising the already existing content, so the new Lego sets they make probably won't even be in Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga. So you can rule it out. I assure you of that. Derek, I'll get to your question now. It's actually kind of quieter, which, you know, is to be expected, but at the same time it allows me to answer answer people's questions in depth a bit more, which is always nice, because when it's crowded I can't really get to people's questions that easily. So what do you think of the levels? Do you compare it to the Force Awakens prologue or the earlier Lego games? The new levels will be, if you're talking about the new game, because I can't really tell by the question if you're talking about this one. But in terms of the new game, I think you'd compare the levels more to how they work in this game, because it's more advanced. You're gonna obviously look at, let's say, like the fight scenes, like Obi-Wan versus Anakin, and people are gonna compare it to the complete saga. But in terms of like mechanics, I'd be comparing it more to like the Force Awakens game, because that's the more advanced Lego game. The levels that are being, every level is redone, but I suppose the levels that we've already seen in Lego games before, like all those prequel trilogy and original trilogy levels, not all of them will make it, obviously, but they're going to be completely done differently anyway, mechanically, so I'd compare it to how does it feel in this game. And I know there's not many lightsaber fights in this game, I think there's only the one actually, but you can still get a good taste of combat and stuff like that, so I'd compare it to this one all the way. The thing on 14th December is probably KOTOR. It could be. I saw like maybe Galaxy of Heroes being a shout, and I thought that as well, but you got to bear in mind that there's a picture of a controller on there, so look, it wouldn't be the first time we've been misled with things like this. But why would they put a controller on there, a gaming controller, and it not be to do with, for example, an Xbox or a PlayStation game? Obviously that game could come out for PC as well. It could be like a mobile game. I mean, you've got that these days, haven't you? You've got games that are on consoles and mobile. But I think it's a console game, personally. I don't have any doubt in my mind. How you doing, Craig? Good to see you. I can't wait either. I mean, we're going to be going crazy with the streams then. You think I don't stream a lot now? Trust me, we will make up for it. I promise you, we will make up for it. What can we do here, actually? What do you think about the new combat in the Skywalker Saga? From what we've seen, I mean, if you want my honest opinion from what we've seen, there's a lot of bugs and glitches in the gameplay, isn't there? But I think when it's polished, it will be fine. I think it will be absolutely fine once it's polished, so nothing to worry about. I don't need that. Dobo, welcome. I wish there was an early access. There won't be. They may do a demo. I still think, you know, looking at that more logically now, there won't be a demo because the games just seem to be kind of moving away from demos these days anyway. But there won't be an early access. It's not really something Lego have done. I mean, maybe they'll give like certain people early access. I'm not trying to push for it because honestly, I'm not that bothered. I get it. I don't think that's something TT Games do. It's something EA do, obviously, with their games. A lot of companies do it. They give like content creators or just well-known people, I don't know, celebrities, people like that, early access to games. I don't think that's something TT will be doing either. So I'd love it, obviously. I would really love it for this game, but I really wouldn't get hung up on that. There'll be no... I think we'll all play it together. We'll all see the trailer together. We'll all get to play the game for the first time together. If there's a demo, we'll all play it together. There'll be no early access for certain people. And we will... What's up with Nightbot? What's the issue? I'm allowed to comment, you know? Tell me what the issue is. You want it like not as frequent? I can do that for you. The frequency all depends on how active the chat is. So if the chat was... say this is like next year. It probably won't be in there enough. It all depends on how active it is. Do you think the two players will be able to play the two lightsaber fights in the lightsaber duels? So, for example, like the Anakin Obi-Wan fight in Complete Saga? Maybe, because that's the best example. It's like with, I mean, I know this isn't a lightsaber fight, but when you look at Obi-Wan versus Jango, it's hard to get someone in there, but they managed to get R5 in there. When you got Grievous versus Obi-Wan, it's hard to get someone in there, but they put Cody in there. And I don't even know if they're going to do that this time around. I wouldn't be surprised if the second player does play as Grievous this time around. But when you look at Anakin versus Obi-Wan, it's extremely difficult to get a second player in there that is not Anakin. Like, who do you put in there? You can't put Padme unless you want to completely change the storyline. You can't put Padme in there. So with levels like that, I do think it'll be the second player, and if not, obviously you'll just be playing against a bot. But yeah, I can see it happening with others as well. So Grievous versus Obi-Wan, I think that could be the case. Once again, I don't want to say yeah, because it might not be. We might get Cody all over again, which I really don't mind, honestly, because it's a Lego game at the end of the day. It's not canon. I suppose it's based off events that are canon, but it's not canon. It doesn't have to be 100% accurate. Hello, Aska. Good to see you. Todd, welcome. May 4th. I mean, we had this like this year. Will it come out on May 4th? I know. I will give like Disney credit that ever since they've taken over, they've made May 4th into much more of an actual Star Wars event than it ever was before then. Before then, it was kind of just known as Star Wars Day, but there'd be nothing new happening. You just watch the films yourself or something like that. Now Disney always do seem to do something every year, but I still think for a game's release, it's very coincidental to get your hopes up for it to be a May 4th release. I'm afraid I don't see that happening. One player is Obi-Wan, the second player is Lava. If anyone's got a better way around it, I mean, what was it? There was the funny one this time last year actually, which was, because here's another example, especially now since we know this fight's coming. Yoda, Palpatine, and some guy joked, and I found it hilarious, that the second player with Yoda would be Bail Organa. And look, that's got more chance of happening than like Padme being the second player for Anakin versus Obi-Wan. But once again, I think when you look at that fight, the second player, if you've got a second player with you, that is, because won't the vast majority of people be playing on their own anyway? So the vast majority will just be playing against the bot. If you're not, then I suppose your friend's going to be Palpatine. I'm going to be interested. I'm trying to think if they've made any comments about this, but I don't believe they have. See you later. Hi, thank you for tuning in. If you're new, guys, as well, make sure to like and subscribe. Let's get to 40, because this will... I think this week was kind of like a one-off with the news we got. I really don't think it was supposed to happen. I really don't think TT planned on stuff like this getting out. So this might be probably will be the last stream for a while, up until we get closer to the Game Awards, depending on the Game Awards. There's so many these days. I just forget which one's which, but. If we get closer to the Game Awards and it's been made pretty clear, or it's even been confirmed there's not going to be anything there, then we won't be covering it. But if we're getting close to the Game Awards and things are looking promising, obviously we'll be covering what's going on. So it'll all be dependent on what's actually going on, if things are looking promising, if they're not. There's another gold brick though. What percentage? We're getting closer, slowly but surely. So if you're Derek, if you're referring to the fight with Rey and Finn versus Kylo, obviously what they'll do there, because they're not going to have it where Finn's on the ground and he's not fighting, it'll just be like this game. And by the way, all the levels are redone in this game as well, so all the Force Awakens levels, they're confirmed to be redone. But you'll just have Finn and Rey both fighting at the same time. Remember, it doesn't have to be 100% accurate. So yeah, you won't be on, if you're playing as Finn, you won't be on the ground. Don't believe I've done this one. This might be that yellow arrow that's like right there that I can't figure out what it's for. I hope it's this one. I think it is. I think yep, it's this one. Please be it, because this one's been haunting me for ages. So if we can finally get it done, that'd be great. Yep, it is. It's this one. That's another one done. How can I check how I'm doing on Jakku specifically? Do I have to go back to the Falcon? What do you want in Skywalker Saga, Todd? I mean, how like specific or vague do you want me to be? Because we could be here all day, all night. But I think a lot of the things I want, we already know are going to happen anyway. All 9 movies, especially the prequels. The character roster, just to pretty much include every cool looking background character. I don't know how much we're going to get of that. Every Jedi Council member, that'd be fun. That would be really fun. I don't know, give me something specifically you'd like to see. Because like I said, I could be here all night. Dan, how you doing? Good to see you. Right, we'll try looking around for these. And then oh, do we have to go back there? So I thought we did everything from that one earlier. Right, we'll go back there later, because I need to look around for these bits and pieces. Oh, I'm confused. Is that related to this? A Jedi? What Jedi do I want to see? I want to see pretty much like any Jedi who gets a bit of screen time in the prequels. I mean, I can go with not every single Jedi off Geonosis, because I know there's just some random ones shoved in there, but I'd like to see like Yariel Poo, Fopo, Rancisis, a few of the. I always mention those ones because they're like the really bizarre ones, the really interesting ones that I'm curious to see how they manage to pull them off in Lego. So those ones. I'm trying to think of someone else. I mean, Yaddle's a big one, but we know she's coming, so I don't need to worry about her. How you doing, Luke? How you doing, Splotchy? Objects that Force users can use the Force on, will they glow the colour of the character's lightsaber like they do in this game? That, I think they'll carry that over, because that's something really small, isn't it? That I just don't think they'll even bother commenting on. It's just something we'll see when the game releases, but it's a small feature. Was that the case in Complete Saga? I don't think it was it? But I could be wrong on that. But it's definitely in this game, and I do like it, and I'd love to see that. It's not going to be game breaking if it's not there. We're doomed, but it's a nice little touch, especially considering all the different colours. You can have, like, you know, we don't go off the basic ones. You're going to have like yellow for Rey, purple for Windu, black for the Darksaber, because we know the Darksaber will be in there. Moff Gideon will most likely be in the Mandalorian character pack, and I think he'll be the one that gets it. Right, so apparently I have unfinished business here, but I don't really know what, because we got the mini kit, so might be in here. I'm pretty sure I did this though, didn't I? Doing great, Luke. Good to hear. Good to hear. Yeah, what else have I got to do down here? I'm pretty sure I did everything. I mean, it was related to Droid, wasn't it? So maybe he can talk to them. I don't think that's it though. Do you think we'll be able to play online with friends by using Steam Remote Play? I don't really. It depends if it's a feature. Now I've betted on for a while that I think there'll be at least 2 players online, but it's just a matter at this point of them confirming to us if it's happening or not, because we really don't know. I think people would be mad. Once again, it's not going to be game breaking, but I think a lot of people would be mad if when the game comes out you can't at least play with one person online. But once again here, we're not talking like these things are going to be absolutely game breaking. You can't live without them. No way are we talking that. We got another one of these where we got to find items. But the blue like transparent studs are still showing, so I'm confused if that means they're in the other area, because when I'm getting to these areas, it's saying I've got nothing to do. So I'm gonna look around a bit first of all before I go running off, I think. Open up my map and look for the green marked areas. Yeah, I could do that. How you doing, anybody? Good to see you. I just want to find a question while I do it. Do I know? Yes, I know I can open my map. Come on. I mean, how many times have I done it? One thing I didn't know, which was pretty funny, which we obviously found out since, near the start, was that you couldn't do this. Or the one with the characters, sorry. That one there. I didn't know for ages that I clearly did back in the day, but I didn't know these days that you could do it. So that was a thing, but someone pointed out to me and I clearly remembered about it. And I think that'll be a feature in the next game. Hello Dobo, there's a trailer for GT. I'm looking for a Lego Star Wars question to get the answer to. But I'm not finding one. See, as I expected, the map doesn't really help me in terms of where these items are. Do I follow the blue or do I not? Because I'm just going to get there and I think it's going to lead me back to something else. Dobo, no, I don't. I used to have one, but I got very fed up with like social media in general. Drives me crazy. Or it did. Not so much now. Thoughts on is he returning? Don't troll me, because I don't want you to troll me and then it turns out we're not getting. I mean, I feel like I'm one of the more relaxed people when it comes to like a Battlefront 3, and I pretty much know it's not going to happen. I don't want you to troll me and get my hopes up. Like I feel everybody has their hopes sky high, and I just have mine
Good to see you.
at a point where I'm not expecting anything in the next 5 years or something like that. Let's see.
First order cast.
Yeah, so I don't know where those blue studs were leading me to. Let's do this one.
How am I meant to keep in contact with First Order Command?
Said he's coming back, did he? I'd have to see that with my own eyes, I'm afraid. Oh dear. Why are you attacking me? Like, nobody attacks you on this game in free roam apart from like those guys. Yeah, this one. We tried to do this one a few weeks ago, and I was coming near the end. I couldn't find the final one. So this time, we're going to make sure we find all of them. supposed to get these guys, or are we supposed to get this? I'm not too sure. Yeah, I'd have to see that with my own eyes, I'm afraid. Just need to go to the green highlight bit. Right, I'll do that then. I'll do that after I've done this one. Here we go. Gotta do this, gotta build it. I'll do that for you, youngling, since you won't leave me alone about it. I'm not really bothered though what order we do them, I just care about getting them done, that's all. Let's see if the highlighted... yeah, okay, we'll do that then. We'll follow the green highlighted area. Even though that wasn't really what the issue was with the blue ones, because they were just telling me to go somewhere that wasn't related to the one we were doing. That's the point I was making. But yeah, like and subscribe guys if you're enjoying. Okay.
Good to see you again.
Just gone past it, there it is. Is this the one we've already done? No, it's not. BB. I have no idea what you're going on about, to be honest, but I'm not getting my hopes up for anything. I'm like the one person you probably can't troll when it comes to Battlefront 3. My hopes are that incredibly... I wouldn't even say my hopes are low. I don't even think my hopes are existent, to be honest. I'm pretty sure I don't have any. It's weird, I got more hopes for this game, and all this game gets is constant delays, so... try that. Here's up here, yeah, it's probably up there. What is that to do with Admiral Akbar? It's around here somewhere. Yep, up there. We're a bit lower on questions this week though compared to usual, so we probably will add, it depends how many we get obviously, but we may end a bit sooner. Hello Ben. Want the game to drop. Yeah, it's like comments like that now, I can't really help with it I suppose. At this point I don't know what to do in terms of, there's nothing I can do to get it out here sooner for us. Oh, Maul, come on. It had to be down here. I wish I could wave a magic wand and get it out sooner for you, but unfortunately I don't possess that. There's another one done.
Communications have been restored. And only just in time. I almost forfeited a game of holo chess I've been playing with one of the Moffs. I can't give you a medal, but I can give you this.
Give me what? Mission complete. Another one done. What percent? When it moves up so slow with these. Like I think it moves up 0.1 with each one I get. It just goes incredibly slow with every gold brick I get. Choose Kylo. When do I reckon we'll get some solid marketing? I mean, realistically, if it stays to spring, probably looking at March. I don't think, if there's nothing at the Game Awards, which by the way, I'm not even fully saying I think there's going to be something at the Game Awards, I'm just saying it's an opportunity. But if there's nothing at the Game Awards, I really don't think like we'll get anything till March. You think there'll be a mode where there are grunts for cutscenes? Yeah, I do, and I think one of the reasons actually that one of the reasons that's probably causing the delay, besides the glitches and bugs which we've seen in the trailer, it's probably that it's not actually as simple as people think, just adding a mode for grunts or voice lines, because what they have to do is, if characters are grunting, even though it's very easy to sort out mouth movements for LEGO characters in comparison to, like, they were trying to look like real people, so if they weren't cartoony looking, if you want to say that, it still take a while to get each mode to be authentic to that. So if they are doing that, which of course they're going to do it after all this waiting, and the fact that they mentioned it themselves, then that will take time in itself. I don't think that's the cause for how long we have been waiting, but it will definitely be one of them. That'll be like one of the main causes that's not a bug, basically. Kylo stands still, goes slowly. You know what would be a great thing for them to market though? That exact mode. The grunts mode. I think that would get people so hyped anyway that you wouldn't even what they really need to do is actually market something people really want like that. Instead of just giving us like a trailer or some new images, market like a really cool feature like that, and that'll probably get a lot of people on side. I need to go back to the Falcon a second. Full speed ahead. Where should the customizer be located at? Character customizer, I'd put one per trilogy on each, like on one planet. So Hoth, Takodana, because it was in this game, and prequels probably like Camino, and I'd do that. They may just do it where there's one on every planet, but I feel like it'd be better if there's a reason to visit certain planets, so it's not just a case of Hoth and, I don't know, what are two completely different planets? Naboo and Hoth. The only difference between them is that they look different. I'd rather there be specific gameplay related reasons as well that you have to go to a certain planet, for example. Whether they'll do that, I mean, I think a really cool one would be, we know we're getting a pod racer level anyway, but imagine you could also, one of the reasons you could go back to Tatooine specifically is if you just want to go in the pod race in general with any character, may I add there as well. So that would be perfect for them to do. Right, we're pretty close on Dakar actually, so we're going to land there. Try and get Dakar done by the end. Remember to like and subscribe if you're enjoying, guys, would appreciate it. They bring back grunts. Will every character have a grunt voice unique to them? Or will it just be female and just share the same voices? They'll definitely, you won't have, I know this for a fact, you won't have Vader just having the generic grunt like they did in the old games. How Vader specifically managed to get like the default grunt sound for he just has like the default male grunt sound, doesn't he? How that even managed to happen, I have no idea. But I think they will switch. I think a lot of DLC characters, like for example, I think all the Bad Batch members will totally just have like the same grunt, and probably all clones will have like the same grunt. A lot of female characters will probably get given the same grunt as well. I can just see them doing it, even though I think they'll vary it with different ones. But for the most part, I think characters will have similar ones. There'll just be a bigger variety of similar ones, if you get what I mean. Thunder Knight, welcome to the stream. Good to see you. Did I select C-3PO? I said BB-8. If Dexter's Diner isn't in the new game, we're right. Dexter's Diner will be. And I'm going off a comment that was made by one of the developers when they were talking about Mos Eisley. And they were talking about how it's just a small part of one bigger world. I think that that in itself, I know that I'm not going to say it's confirmation because it's not, but I think that in itself is I don't want to say it's a hint either. It's them basically saying locations that you loved from the old games. Not every single one of them, but a lot of them will make it their way into this game, but they will make it in the way that they are part of bigger worlds. Like, for example, Dexter's Diner, there's not really any reason to have that as a level in this game, is there? In the new game, because you're not going to make a level out of Obi-Wan going to visit Dexter, but will it be in the Coruscant open world? Definitely. So, bear that in mind, I would say. Do you think TT Games knew what happened to the cloning place in Bad Batch before the game came out? No, and it won't matter if they did or if they didn't, because there's going to be no levels related in the game anyway, so it really won't matter if they did or if they didn't. They'll know now, but I doubt they really knew much. And from comments they've made, they didn't really know much about the Rise of Skywalker plot. Now, how much I want to believe of that, I don't know, because they may just be told to say that. But then again, they could be telling the truth, and that could be one of the main reasons. Once again, aside from glitches, one of the main reasons it was delayed was because they needed to get episode 9 sorted. I think it could be one of them, despite how much they possibly knew, possibly they didn't know. Looking for these 2 other BB-8 things, will they be on the map? They might be. Been some time, yes, Sammy, indeed. I haven't seen you here in a while. How are you, man? This one always drives me crazy. I don't know how on earth to get this one. We tried a few weeks ago and didn't work out. I'm excited too. Thunder Night. It's gonna be fun. I wonder what's gonna be the big puzzle designed for children that I can't complete this time. We always have one. We always have one that's absolutely hilarious. Something back there? I don't think so. No. Nope, we've already been in there. I'll try to see if they're up here. Don't run into the X-Wing. Can we not run under these things? I hope that's a mechanic that you can actually run under. Imagine actually your characters can duck under things. Just move their head slightly and be able to duck under things. That'd be such a helpful thing in the next game. Are we going to get those types of mechanics? Probably not. I won't be getting my hopes up. Right, there's one there. Wonderful. And there's one. I'm pretty sure that's it over there. We found them all. As I am 99% sure I've not done this one. There you go, 4 out of 5, and we go to the back one over there. Happy the license has been shared with other companies. Yeah, me too. I think it's the best way to go about it. Obviously, like saying EA should lose the license, because I know I've said that a few times, and I'm not saying they shouldn't, but if you just let them stick to Fallen Order games, why not let them keep it, I suppose. Yep, there we go. We got that sorted. Don't think I've done this one either, to do with the Minox. Think the game could flop? In the eyes of like really critical reviewers, yeah. I think it already has in their eyes. The day the game's out, or like just before that period, there'll be a bunch of unhappy people. A bunch of unhappy reviewers talking about how it's over because it's been delayed 3 times, and because of the delay it's not delivered on these key features. We've done this mini kit that I couldn't, or I keep saying mini kit, this gold brick that I couldn't do. But there will be various people who, I'm guessing a lot of older fans, and this is the point I'm going to get at, there'll be a lot of older fans saying how the game was finished because of the amount of delays, and because of all these delays it's not even managed to get this feature in. But to its core younger audience it will not fail, and it will go down as no doubt a classic. And to someone like me as well, obviously I'm probably going to be critical. I'm going to try to not be as critical as I should be, just because at the end of the day, there's problems with this game, but I enjoy it. So I don't want to be like that. But it's very dependent, isn't it, on how it delivers on, for example, like the voice lines or the mumbling mode, the voice lines, the hybrid between that. Something they've heavily hinted at. If they weren't to deliver on something like that, people would be angry, and the people would use that against them. So I think whatever happens, it'll have already failed. There'll probably be journalists out there preparing their reviews already about how the game's failed. Well, am I so confident? I mean, I'll answer the Battlefront 3 question, why not? Even though I keep these Skywalker Saga related, but there won't be a Battlefront 3. I'm not saying forever. There won't be a Battlefront 3 for a long time, because if there was, logically looking at it, they wouldn't have got rid of Battlefront 2. They would have capitalized on it while they could and not made it so easy for everyone to get skins. And also, a lot of, I'm not saying you need the specific devs who worked on that game to be at DICE to make another one. You don't, but they would still be working there if they thought there was a possibility of a Battlefront 2. Oh, Battlefront 3, sorry. Battlefront 3. What's this one? Hello Sean, good to see you. Oh wait, carbonite brick. Get that one. So I think this is the only carbonite brick we need on this planet now. They should make a Star Wars Battlefield Old Republic. That wasn't even the carbonite brick we needed. I don't think they'll do that either. It's right now it's just a case of, like, I hear it all the time, oh, they should make this, they should make that, but the fact is we don't know what's being made, and apart from this game, which thank God I actually care about, because I don't know, I'd say I don't know what I'd be covering. I just wouldn't be covering Star Wars games. I would have moved off it. There's no other Star Wars game right now that piques my interest. Who are we being for this? Try Leia. Yeah, we've already done that one too. Oh, have we? Snapping some pictures of her. Lovely. Can I get out of here? Wait, do I get to see them? I should have added it where you could see them afterwards. Yeah, they're all working on the Battlefront 2042, aren't they? Which is... I don't know how it's going to do, personally. I don't know if people are going to enjoy it or not. I'm sure it will have its audience, but I think its audience is very different from that are into Battlefront. Battlefront, sorry. I think they're very different. So I don't think most primary Battlefront fans care that they're doing all this work for Battlefield. I don't think they care in the slightest bit, to be honest. I mean, I don't really get many comments about playing Battlefield, so I'd like to know what the audience split is kind of like. We might end it there, guys, for today. I know we've still got some gold bricks to do and stuff, but there's not really many questions right now, and I'd rather obviously come back when there's a few more. So I think obviously we covered the two things that kind of happened this week. If there's any more like little bits here and there, I'll be sure to cover them. But for now, we're going to end it here. And maybe I'll do the other gold bricks off stream. Maybe I won't. We'll see. But we're very close. 95.9. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. My participants list does not seem to want to load. For some weird reason. Which is great. Yeah, but thanks Youngling, Tyler, Thunder, Sean, Ryan, Best at Redemption, Paul, Dan, Sammy, Thunder. I think that's about everyone. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you whenever there's next something, which may not be for a while. We'll see. I'll see you then.